I have to agree. I share the same sentiment with the people who feel like President Ramaphosa was disrespecting and humiliating Mr. Sihle Zikalala by demoting him from being the Prime Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure to deputy. Because Mr. Sihle Zikalala was the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure before he was demoted to being the deputy. Now the minister we know is this white guy from the DA, Mr. Dean or Dean. I can't pronounce his surname. So, yeah, Mr. Sihle Zikalala, when you look at his credentials, this guy has been the MEC of Economic Development and Tourism. This guy has also been previously the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. So this guy's credentials don't qualify him now in 2024 to be demoted into being a deputy. That's a humiliation, and thanks God, even Julius Malema notices. So I have a clip of Julius Malema addressing the president, Sir Ramaphosa. It's humiliation towards Mr. Sihle Zikalala. Watch for yourself.
What you did to Honorable Sihle Zikalala is painful, that thing. When you see Sihle sitting down on a chair and that white man of a minister sitting next to him, instead of just removing Sihle and closing that deputy ministry, you humiliate him in the manner you have done. Deputy ministers do not have a role to play. They are unnecessary. We put a lot of money in the offices of deputy ministers who are not even known by anyone.
You just watch the opposition leader of the opposition caucus within parliament addressing the president that what he did to Mr. Sihle Zikalala was a humiliation, because you can't demote this guy and put him in a submission role to a white guy who is less qualified than him. Mr. Sihle Zikalala is more qualified than Mr. Dean. Mr. Dean, the white guy from the DA, is more qualified, but he is subjected to being the deputy minister of public works and infrastructure. While in the past he was the prime minister of that. In the past he was even the premier of KwaZulu-Natal. Imagine. And this guy is only 50 years. Imagine you are 50 years and you are submitting under someone who's younger than you. That's a humiliation. And it's humiliating black people. It's humiliating black qualified people who went to school with qualification. It's a humiliation because it just shows to the whole world that you don't need qualifications, because someone with qualification can still submit under you without you being qualified more than them, just because maybe you are white. So this is only gonna make white people feel more empowered to look down on black people. Even if a black person is qualified, they will still look down on him because of the presidency of Mr. Ramaphosa. Imagine being demoted from being the Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure to now submitting to someone who's less qualified than you and submitting there and being the deputy. Imagine the humiliation. Like there's no promotion, it's just demotion. No, man, it's disrespect, and I agree with Julius Malema, it's disrespect, and President Ramaphosa, you must be accountable for that humiliation, because it is a humiliation to black people who have studied, black people who are qualified for the job, but they're still subjected to work and submit under white people who are less qualified than them. Why? Just because they're white? Nah. No ways. President Ramaphosa, here you didn't play the game well. You didn't play your job well. And you must be accountable for that tactic you took over there. There's no ways.